Last time on Dragon Ball Z, Captain Ginyu helped the Supreme Kai defeat Majin Buu by taking over his body. Frieza, upon hearing this, decides to test his power against Captain Ginyu, wanting to witness the legendary monster's power for himself. However, it's much more powerful than he's realized and has pushed him to transform into his second form. Frieza has a lot of chances here to prove that he is stronger than Captain Ginyu in Buu's body. But if he loses all of those, we're going to enter a new scenario where Captain Ginyu becomes the ruler of the universe.
You want to play with Buu?
Be careful. At this level, I won't be as gentle as before.
So Frieza has had to transform in order to possibly defeat Buu. So, I mean, this could all end very quickly. I mean, if Frieza wins any of these fights, that's going to be the whole thing, and then this will just be a really short video. I might throw in a couple other, like, battles that would happen as a result in my mind. But, I mean, or on the other hand, Buu might win. I don't know. See, right now, Frieza's looking like he's going to win in just his first transformed state. And I kind of gave the epilogue already of what would happen if Frieza wins. If Frieza wins, he's just the ruler of the universe, and that's it. Or if Buu wins, then we get into a whole new scenario where Buu tries to become the universe. But that's it. How far are we in? 3 minutes? Yeah.
Kind of fun, but hurts too.
So, yeah, that's it. The power of Majin Buu is far more than Frieza expected. However, in his transformed state, Frieza is able to overcome Buu. With nothing to stop him, Frieza becomes the conqueror and emperor of the entire universe, with only one last obstacle standing in his way. His own father. Frieza needs to prove himself against his father to claim rulership of the galaxy. So yeah, if we end here, then yeah, Frieza is the ruler of the galaxy, the emperor of the universe, and his second in command is Captain Ginyu in Majin Buu's body, who's the protector of Earth.
Dad, I'll never be satisfied if I'm not number one.
Alright, here we go. Frieza versus King Cold. For Frieza's final galactic conquest. We never saw Dory or Zarbon, huh? Yeah, they were never needed. They would have come in any time there was something that Ginyus couldn't deal with on Earth, and Frieza would come back, send out Dory and Zarbon against it, and then fight himself if he had to. But we never had to bring out Frieza for anything. The Ginyu Force was able to handle every situation. Oh. Boy, that'd be something if Frieza loses against King Cold. Wait a minute. I was gonna say if he launched that attack, then that would result in, like, Frieza fighting with him, which would be weird. But let's say Frieza loses this fight. Frieza still has a few more transformations to go through. So he can just keep on doing those to try to prove himself to his dad. If Frieza loses this fight, it means we're saying that King Cold is stronger than Majin Buu in this canon. At least we're getting an interesting fight here. It's close. Ooh, bad timing. Oh, bad timing again, Frieza. You're just still not strong enough to take on Dad. Everything you've done has been in your father's name. All your galactic conquest is all just for your dad.
How could I lose to this pitiful worm?
That's not a very nice thing to say about your dad. I'm gonna skip Frieza's monster form. We're just gonna go right to the final form. Frieza's not even in this form for very long. Despite being able to defeat Boo, Frieza is still not able to take out his father in his transformed state. So Frieza goes all out into his final form. One last chance to prove himself against his father as the true Emperor of the Universe.
Frieza, what is the meaning of this?
Dad, I'll never be satisfied if I'm not number one.
Right? That totally makes sense, that exchange. Ooh. Well, nothing's happening so far. If Frieza loses here, he's just under the rule of his dad. Everything he's done, all of his conquests, and all the enemies that the Ginyus have faced, all just for the glory of King Cold, the king of the universe. Ooh. I think Frieza's stronger, though. Just my personal opinion there. Especially, well, if we get to Dragon Ball Super, then obviously Frieza's stronger. After all of his training and stuff. Do-do-do-do. Alright, well, I mean, be really weird now if Frieza didn't win. What are we at? We're at 7 minutes. I'm gonna do something, we'll call this the end of our canon. We'll do one thing just for fun after this. Because every Dragon Ball game does it just for fun. And once again, I'm assuming Frieza's gonna win, which he just did. So yay.
I will rule the universe in my father's place.
And that's exactly what happens. Frieza proves that he has surpassed his father, and with nothing in the galaxy to stop him, Frieza becomes the Emperor of the galaxy. And Captain Ginyu remains on Earth to protect it. The end. However, in all the multiverse, there is perhaps one being that can stop Frieza. And we're gonna watch him fight it now just for fun. Wouldn't be a Dragon Ball game if it didn't have Broly in it. It's like the one non-canon thing that people are like, this exists. So, we're doing a what-if scenario within the what-if scenario that, yeah, Broly does exist in this world, and it's the one thing that's blocking Frieza from ruling the universe.
Come on, now is your time to die.
Now then, how would you like me to kill you?
Emperor Frieza must defeat Broly in order to truly rule the universe. And I'm not going to turn this into a big scenario like, oh, if Frieza loses, then Majin Buu, like, Ginyu Kami 17, like, comes out of nowhere to try to save him. We're not going to do that. This is absolutely just for it. We're just going to watch Broly beat the shit out of Frieza for fun. That is what we're doing right now. Frieza loses, we'll let him go 100%, see if that makes a difference. But then we're just going to say there's two cannons. One where Frieza rules the universe and one where Broly destroys everything. Right now we're really looking at that Broly destroying everything, because he's fucking Broly. And I mean, you can make the argument Omega Shenron's even stronger than Broly, I suppose. That's, questionable, but possible. Yeah, you know, I guess with everything that they've shown, I guess Omega Shenron would be canonically stronger than Broly. Kakarot! It's just not even Goku didn't even grow up before he died in this canon that we made up. Ooh, 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 ooh! Frieza doesn't stand a chance. Frieza can defeat Majin Buu. He can't beat that legendary Super Saiyan he was always warned of. Ouch!
Finished already?
In the end, it looked like the prophecies were true. In the end, Frieza would be killed by the legendary Super Saiyan. He had no choice but to use his absolute fullest power against the monster. So Frieza's our good guy here. In the end, Frieza was kind of our good... He's not really a good guy, he's just a tyrant trying to take over the galaxy. I mean, really, kind of... Captain Ginyu became a hero of Earth. I could see that happening. I don't think Captain Ginyu was that bad of a guy. He's just taking orders. Just following orders for someone evil. So, I mean, by extension, he's evil. But, like, he himself he wasn't, like, awful, I guess. I don't know. We didn't ever see Ginyu slaughter a bunch of innocent people like we saw Dodoria and Zarbon do. I think the Ginyu Force is just a power of elite just a force of elite aliens that Frieza found and spared, and they're forced to work for him. They're still loyal, though, so I mean, they're not, like, blameless or anything. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, though, that if in this situation that we've made up where Frieza decides, yeah, Earth's just going to be my outpost, yeah, I could see Ginyu doing a good job protecting it. I don't think Frieza's going to beat Broly here. So, in our non-canon canon, Frieza has nothing to stop him from becoming the ruler of the universe. But in this non-canon, Broly's still around, and is the legendary Super Saiyan that stops Frieza. Unless Frieza wants to prove me wrong within the next couple of minutes here. What I was going to do, if Ginyu had beat Frieza, I said I would go into this whole thing where, like, yeah, we're now, like, Ginyu is trying to become the ruler of the universe, and he just has to fight through Dodoria, Zarbon, and King Cold in order to do so. And the rest of the Ginyu Force would side with Captain Ginyu. I think Frieza is toast right now. He did better in his full power form, but it still wasn't enough. Oh, he's still alive. You gotta trick up your sleeve. He's gonna hit you with his stub of a tail. Ooh! You know, he might be able to catch up if he uses his ultimate move. Oh, nope, he just got slapped in the face.
Finished already?
The legendary Super Saiyan proves too much for Frieza, and in his rampage of not being able to find Kakarot, he just blows up everything else in the galaxy. Which would probably lead to, like, the Supreme Kai or someone else trying to take him out, but we're not gonna do that. We're done. We're done. Here's our kind of wrap up of how our Dragon Ball Z scenario went. Yamcha won the World Tournament, became the greatest fighter in the world. Meanwhile, the Red Ribbon Army was decimated as planned, but not Mercenary Tao in the process, because Mercenary Tao was not stronger than General Blue, the greatest fighter of the Red Ribbon Army. As a result, Mercenary Tao went back to training with the rest of the Crane School and competed in the tournament alongside his peers Tien and Chaozu against the Turtle School's fighters Goku and Krillin, as well as the former champion Yamcha. In the end, Goku won, proving that he was the greatest martial artist in the world. However, King Piccolo returned and killed them all. Years later, Saiyans came to Earth, and King Piccolo killed them all. A little while later, Frieza sent his army to Earth, and they were finally able to take out the evil King Piccolo, who had been slaughtering all the humans on Earth. In appreciation of the Ginyu Force, the Earth swears loyalty to Frieza, and Earth becomes Frieza's new outpost where he decides to station the Ginyu Force. While stationed, the Ginyu Force wind up fighting against a troop of evil androids who are bent on taking over the world. The androids prove to be a bit too much for them, so Ginyu uses his last resort move, Body Change, to switch with one of the androids, using his new android body to defeat the other androids, thus saving the world. Years later, not years later. However, King Piccolo had an offspring to take vengeance on them, but Captain Ginyu, now in the body of Android 17, easily defeats King Piccolo's offspring, Piccolo Jr., and is offered the position as Kami of the Earth. As Kami of the Earth, he teams up with the Supreme Kai to stop the evil monster Majin Buu. However, it turns out that the monster is unbeatable, and thus he switches bodies with it again, using his body-changing technique, to become Majin Buu. Having saved the Earth again, and now having the legendary body of Majin Buu, Frieza challenges Ginyu to a battle to determine who is stronger, him or Buu. Frieza is pushed to his limits and forced to transform, but in the end is able to defeat Majin Buu. However, the one thing left standing in his way of complete galactic conquest is his own father. Frieza, going into his ultimate form, is able to overcome his father and crown himself as Supreme Galactic Emperor of the Universe. Nothing is able to stop him except for a legendary Super Saiyan from an alternate dimension that may or may not have actually happened. The end.